Okay, we got the box staged. It's going to be that box over there on the pallet. We're going to take this over there and drop the frames in one at a time, carefully. So let's close this entrance. Grab this carefully because it beats up on my finger. I'm going to walk this to that box without shaking it too much. I don't want the high frames squashing the bead.
Smooth and steady wins the race.
That's it. If I don't trip over this channel I dug, we're doing even better. This is because my shop kept flooding after major rainstorms. Now, what we have to do is, with extreme caution, I'll put that in last, transfer all these frames out of here into there. Now, I don't know if, hey Doug, can you bring the camera and look straight down into this box? I don't know if you can see the queen excluder in there. That's the key to not losing your swarm. If they can't leave because the queen can't leave, they'll stay. Take this, put it in the middle. And there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I got one too many frames. Take that out. Now take this and go flop and lid. Now the moment of truth will come if the queen is inside the box. We're golden. If the queen is outside the box, they're all going to come out and gather around the queen, which means I have to catch them again. I did that once. It took 3 tries. I literally had the queen fall outside the box 2 times. The 3rd time she finally ended up in the box. Let me get this lid. It's a better lid.
It looks like those guys are trying to find a way in.
Yeah. All right. Are they going? Eudemus. Doug, if you look at them from here, they're all fighting for the entrance. That's a beautiful sign. Look at that. Ladies, welcome to your new home. And now to help them along, what I want to do is I got a 1-gallon feeder in here. I will put some corn syrup into this, and that will give them some food to play with while they draw all that honeycomb out and lay eggs. So I'll be right back. Okay. I didn't put a lot because I don't want to spoil them. It is nectar slow right now, so they can technically get all the nectar they want. But this will make it a little easier to start with. Tighten the frames up. There. Welcome to your new home, ladies. Now on the downside to that queen excluder is all the drones are stuck inside. But that queen excluder will come off in a week. After she starts laying eggs, they're not going to leave. But in case they decide they don't like that box, the queen excluder will make them think otherwise.
So can you, you can tell that some of these are smaller, bigger, which ones can't get in and out right now?
All of what you see there can get in and out.
Okay.
But the male bees, the drones, are bigger. And sometimes, well, usually there's a lot of drones that go with the swarm. They, if they end up inside the box, they don't come out. They can't come out until pull that queen excluder off. And I end up finding 20 or 30 drones stuck in the screen dead as they tried to squeeze out but couldn't. So again, you know, it is what it is.
So more than likely, the males stayed with it when you were shaking them in, and it was the females who kind of sprinted out.
Well, they all sprinted out. Just not
Okay.
all. I mean, they all decided that, well, this ain't right. It's just that the males, some made it, some didn't. Now the ones that are outside can't get in, so they'll find another hive to go to. Males are nomadic. They don't have a specific hive they belong to. They're the only ones that can go to any hive, which is how disease is spread, incidentally, is the male catches varroa from one of the hives and ends up taking it on its back to another hive as it goes to get feeding and watering and resting before it looks for a female, for a queen to mate with. Because the only thing males do, literally, their sole purpose in life is to mate with the queen. If they don't, they die if they do, or they die if they don't. But if they don't, their genetic material doesn't propagate the next generation, so they lose.
I swear it looks like some of these are kind of like fighting with each other.
Well, there's an ant crawling around.
I see that, but it's like
off.
some of them keep coming up to each other, and it almost seems like they're.
And they might be, because I'm close to, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
So
7, 8.
could be
about
other
17
bees coming
hives in
around
the
and going,
area.
"Who are you? What are you doing
Right,
here?"
right. They're like, this is our territory. Why are you here? It's not uncommon. In fact, there's a lot of cross-robbing going on at times. The weaker hives can't defend their entrance, which is why I have such a small entrance on all of mine, 3.5 inches or less of entrance, so that they can more readily guard the entrance, as opposed to having that whole wide front strip, 19 inches wide, be an opening, or 16 inches wide be an opening. You take a chance at getting robbed, much more likely to have hive robbing going on. Plus, it occupies way too many bees to be guard bees, so a lot of wasted labor. Where you cut it down to a small entrance like that, yes, it could slow down production, but it's worth it to me.
See that one guy? He just kind of came in and almost landed on one of them, and then was like,
Yeah,
sort of agitatedly going down through all the bees. So he was probably an outsider.
they're all
She.
females. All the bees are females except for the drones. All the worker bees are females. It's just that only the queen can lay eggs. No, let me rephrase that. Only the queen can lay eggs fertilized to become more worker bees. If a non-queen female starts laying eggs, it's because there is no queen, and she'll become what's called a laying worker, but all she can lay is drones, which means the hive will die simply because the male bees don't work. They refuse to gather water, they refuse to gather pollen or nectar, and so the hive will die. It's just a matter of continuing the genetics of that hive by putting out as many males as you can, so that they'll more likely to find a queen somewhere that needs mating. That's the whole purpose of the laying worker.
And I got to tell you, this has been incredibly difficult for me to avoid countless sexist jokes that I could have been making and a lot of the things you're saying, but I'm trying to be politically correct
Thank
for
you,
so
sir.
you'll get the
We
most
don't need any
hits.
riots.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that pretty much covers how to capture a swarm in the wild.
Very nice.
Thank you. Please click if you like.